93-year-old Hilton Head woman facing lawsuit from developers. Let's check it out.
Here. Now for our Low Country report, a 93-year-old Hilton Head woman whose family has ties to the Civil War generation says developers are trying to force her to sell her land, starting with what she calls a frivolous lawsuit. As WSAB's Andrew Davis tells us, now the community is backing her fight.
This porch has been part of Josine Wright's family and her home for more than 30 years. But developers now say it's part of their property, even though it's 22 feet from the road that they're building on. And they filed a lawsuit to try to take it from her.
I've been pretty much of a fighter all my life.
And even at 93, this grandmother to 40, great-grandmother to 50, and great-great-grandmother to...
At 93, man, she's looking good and healthy, and the words sound strong.
16 more says she's ready to fight for her family's past and future.
It puzzled me at first, but then it got me angry.
Angry at the lawsuit filed against her by Bailey Point Investment. They're the group who are developing the land right behind her home on Jonesville Road, property that has belonged to her family since the Civil War. The 147-unit plan has been approved and it's well on its way. But Bailey Point says Wright is blocking.
They've been with their family since the Civil War, man. That's a long time and probably a lot of money spent, time, bloodshed. But this is a quintessential example of corporate bullying.
Their progress. They filed a lawsuit saying parts of her home are on their property and they have the paperwork to prove it. In fact, they're asking for damages. Wright already paid to move a shed and a satellite dish, but the developers say her porch is still on land they own.
See, I'm at least, 12 feet away from...
That porch looked like it was from slavery, man. This is crazy. Leave this lady alone. Or give her so much money that make her offers she can't refuse.
The borderline, which is right here.
Actually, neighbors helping her say it's 22 feet away from the road that Bailey Point built. Josephine says this isn't about a porch. The developers made offers to buy her land, and she claims when she turned them down, they started harassing her.
And I don't want to say anything that can be used against me, but I think they're unscrupulous and greedy.
Wow. And she's smart. She said, I don't want to use anything that could be held against me. You're absolutely right. Keep going. You know? Sorry that this is happening to you. Man, what the heck?
And they want nothing but all the property they can get their hands on.
Kelly LeBlanc is part of the newly formed Jonesville Preservation Society. She and her fellow neighbors, many of whom are related and original islanders, have garnered support from Hilton Head residents and town leaders, all to make sure the island's past here and everywhere will be protected in the future.
We can't change the zoning. The town is looking very carefully at all of the approvals that are going through. So the town is really working with us in terms of it's got to be to the letter of the law.
In the meantime, Wright has a lawyer of her own now and is ready to fight for her property and her history. And what do you want?
I want to just keep my property and let them leave me alone.
Andrew Davis, WSAB News 3, on your side. From our South Carolina Capitol Newsroom.
She didn't ask for any money. She said, I just want to keep my property and leave me alone. For them to leave me alone. That's a powerful statement to me. You know what I'm saying? That's all she wanted to do. But these corporate thugs is going to bully their way in and do what they need to do, even though she's 93 years old, man, and on the way up out of here, saying that with much respect. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to force her to do something that she probably don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see you made it this far. So do me a favor and buckle up and bang and hit that like and subscribe button so I can drop y'all asses off. Could you guess the word of the day? That's right. Quintessential. Quintessential. Representing the most perfect example. Use that thing in a sentence. You think of him as the quintessential New Yorker. Quintessential. You know who it is. It's Double K Cooley. It's your man and not your boy. Leave me a message in the comment section so I can get back at you. Go on.